So thanks so much for being here. Now, I got to tell you, I haven't seen that much of you guys, but I discovered you about a month ago, and I said, wow. And I don't know if you've always been talking about politics, but you watch the Fox debate, and you come out the next day swinging for Donald Trump. You're Democrats. Was this like an epiphany? Did you just decide you love Donald Trump?
Well, when he announced his candidacy, I called Silk and I said, listen, you have to cut on the TV so that you can see Don. He's announcing that he's going to be running for president. Right.
And she called me back midway. She said, you know what? This is going to be our next president. And it's been on ever since.
Ever since.
And so we pay attention. Okay. We don't want anyone feeding us a narrative anymore. We pay attention to what's going on.
That's right.
Clearly, and you know what, guys? I give you the ultimate kudos because comedy is not easy. You've got to be smart. You've got to know the facts, you know, and no matter how sarcastic and funny you are, I mean, you've got to have something substantive. So you say, you know, Jeb Bush, something about, I watched one of those. You finally got the energy to go to the border. Why didn't you go with Donald? I mean, you know, you guys read the news every day.
Well, I look at the news, and what I don't like sometimes is the media biasness and how they try to feed us a narrative.
Right.
So I pay attention. I am an African American. I pay attention to the news.
That's right.
And when I see something that looks strange, or when I see something where someone is piggybacking off someone to try to make a point, then I have to talk about it.
Okay.
Right. Donald
Silk
is the only one that wants to protect us.
Okay. Silk. You know what you're doing in this interview? You were doing exactly what you do in the videos. You're going, right? Yes.
That's right.
I mean, and you're hysterical. You don't say that much, but you're hysterical too. Did you two, when you were growing up as sisters, because you are sisters, did you fight with each other, or did you agree with everything she said?
Well, we learned how to agree to disagree. We had our little moments. I mean, that's what sisters do. But this is my best friend right here, and I'll do whatever I need to do for her. You know, but I love her, and we just learn how to agree to disagree.
Well, you do it well. Let's talk about Hillary Clinton and the emails. Hysterical.
Oh.
You start with this thing like, what did she do with the emails? And you say, look at the mailbox, call CSI, call Spike Lee, tell her to do the right thing. I mean, how long do you prepare these before you do the final?
It's not a prepare. It's shooting from the hip. Just shooting what we think and what we feel, and then, and then the product comes out as it is.
Yeah. All right. And do you get any kind of feedback from people who may not like your politics?
Well, absolutely, but we don't focus on the negative. We focus on the positive.
That's right.
That's all we focus on.
That's right.
All right. Big issue for you, illegals. And you start talking about, you know, in your support of Donald Trump, is that, you know, they come here and they come here illegally, and we give them education, medication, food, jobs. It sounds like one of Justice with Jeanine's opens. I mean, we're on the same page. You guys are Democrats. Explain that.
Well, see, listen to me. The system, there's a loophole in our system.
That's right.
And when an illegal immigrant crosses that border, they're committing a crime. I don't understand why is it that we arrest Americans for committing crimes, but an illegal immigrant can cross the border and they don't get arrested. We give them food, jobs.
Yeah.
They take over the whole towns. Listen, if you love America, then become legal
That's
here.
right.
Be American. We love the immigrants of this country because they are American. We want illegals to become legal so that you can be an American. That's what we want.
That's
right.
And
you know, when you say that, you know, some of our towns, our American towns, are turning into Spanish-speaking towns, have you found that, you know, when you go out, you have to speak Spanish in order to communicate in some stores?
Where you have, absolutely. And you have some people, they can't even get whole jobs in certain towns because they don't speak Spanish. And what they have to realize, this is America.
That's right.
We speak English over here.
English.
Learn our language.
That's right.
All right, and finally, ladies, I mean, what do you think is going to happen in this election? Is there anything Donald Trump can do to turn you two who have been stumping for Trump against Donald?
No, we want him to be the president. Listen, he's already talking about keeping Americans safe.
Yes.
Who's else talking about keeping us safe? He wants to keep America safe, and he wants to bring jobs back where people are thriving again. Imagine that, Judge. Imagine people thriving again.
Yeah.
I love it.
And so finally, have you met Donald? Has he reached out to you guys?
His campaign has reached out to us, and also our fans and our viewers from our YouTube has reached out to us as well. So we are excited.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what? Keep us in mind. We're watching you guys, the Weeby sisters. Thanks so much for